Today, I just finished building 2 LEGO Star Wars Star Destroyers and put them together into one absolutely massive LEGO Star Wars Star Destroyer. And this thing honestly looks absolutely stunning all the way around. There are a few gaps here and there, but this looks absolutely beautiful. We can just take a quick look around the ship itself. There are a few beautiful different techniques used here to get the right pieces used and the right, I guess not gaps used, but just the right angles, I guess. I mean, I love how I was able to make 2 different angles here. Like this one's more straight and this one is more of a curve. It just matches well with the aesthetic of the set. But we will go back to that in a second. This set has 1,555 pieces. If you put 2 of these together, this has 3,110 pieces. In total, you have 6 minifigures in one set, including another. So you have 14 minifigures in total. You just double the amount of minifigures you have, including 2 Cal Kestis, 2 Darth Vaders, 2 Commander Praji, 2 Imperial crew members, 2 Imperial gunners, 2 Imperial Navy troopers, and 2 Stormtroopers. And this is what the normal set looks like. And this is what I was able to do. I will have a comparison between this and the 2014 version out on my channel soon. Now that we've taken a small look at this, I think it's time to actually look at some of the details in more depth. Before we do that, I want to take a look at the remaining pieces, and there are still a lot of pieces here that could be used to make a small little mock or anything else of your dreams, or putting them in this set. I really want to make a step-by-step tutorial video onto how to make this set because a lot of people have been asking for it, and I will do that. But in the comments below, I want to know if you think I should ask for money for it. It would be no more than $5 per set or per instruction. I would just send you a link to a private video that I will make on my channel, or I will just make it public. If I get payment, it will go straight towards my YouTube channel and to make more beautiful mocks like this. I've made a few in the past, but none as beautiful as this, in my opinion. Take a quick look of this side by side with the 2014 one. Here's a quick side by side comparison, and this absolutely looks huge. This dwarfs this by crazy, and if we just take a top side look, you can really see how massive this LEGO Star Wars Star Destroyer really is. Put these side by side, they're exactly 12 studs shorter. This one's 12 studs shorter than this one. If you remember, the 2024 version was exactly 6 studs shorter than the 2014 version. For some people, this might feel like it is very small, but with the pieces available and how small that set was originally, making it any bigger than this would honestly be impossible. I got very lucky with the pieces I had. There are no panels left, and it would be very difficult to make it any longer whatsoever. So I think what I did here was absolutely beautiful, and it just looks very good all together. Finally, take a look at the interior of this thing. To start, all you have to do is take this off, and that is as simple as that. You can place that to the side. This is the exact same panel used. All I did was add a few more details and a few more details on the back to make it longer. I felt like it didn't need to be any larger than this. I feel like this works very well for this set. We can move into the interior, and I had 4 panels on this. There's a slight indent here with a carrying handle that does not work, by the way. If you decide to make this, that's more for looks. I tried to make it work, it just couldn't work out for the size, but that's fine in my opinion. To open this up, all you have to do is take all 4 panels down. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. And if you look inside, I actually did a small interior to this thing, which we can take a look at now. So in here, I was able to fit 4 minifigures. You can actually include 6. So if we take one of our guys from here, we can just set him right in there. We just have to move the hands backwards. It doesn't have to be that awkward. I just have the hands in an awkward position. You can actually fix 6 minifigures in that section alone. There's also room for a lot more. All I did was extend the bridge out and make it a little bit longer. The connection points are still the same. In the back, I made this control panel section with the blue highlights of the stickers with a larger desk, unlike the old one. And on this side, there is a cabinet. I just put the Bacta, I guess, in that one. There are 2 chairs here that can swivel. When you put a minifigure on them, they can fit in any of these 4 positions. They're kind of hard to put in at this angle. If you take a look at the other side, it just has a control panel and another small one, and then we have a minifigure and 2 of the rotating control panels as well to just show a battle happening. If we take a look in the back, there's some more control panels all throughout this back wall to just fill in some empty space, and that guy's using that control panel. I also made a little hideout in the back here against all of the back wall, and then with the support system that will help this whole section not fall apart when it's put back together. This is a very stable spot. It just does not work for carrying handle because of how heavy everything else is. A large section back here, and I really just wanted to keep this as original to the source material as possible, which is that, of course. To close this back up, first we want to place all the minifigures in their respected spots. Take a look at the panels before we do close it up. I added a little indentation here and a little indentation here, so when you close up the panels, they hold nicely in place so that when you have it all closed, there is only a small gap there that only goes up to the front and that it doesn't intermix at all. Then all you have to do is lift the back panels. Just be careful when you do this, and then you can just slide it right back on. Same for that side, and then we can take this and we can put it right in, and it'll fit ever so nicely in that section. Take a look at the bridge. I made this longer and I made it thicker as well. Sadly, there is a huge gap in this section here. I tried to fill it as much as I could. And if we go around here, there's a small gap in here. I think that's what the best I was able to do with the pieces left over, because this is one of the last things I did. Also, if you notice, the bridge is definitely very awkward. I had to make do, again, with the pieces I had and how I built this. You could easily move this back a little bit more, but I feel like if I moved it any more back, the engines would definitely be compromised. Speaking of the engines, we can take a quick look at them. And all you have to do is spin it around, and you can see there are 4 main engines in the middle, and then there's the 1, 2, 3 in the normal set. I couldn't make it that high because of how long the bridge had to extend back, but the bridge is held together pretty well. I wanted to take influence on the original design and add some panels here so that when you're looking at it from the side, it just looks more closed off. You can still access it. All you have to do is lift up here and lift up here, and you can see why I added those. It just looks awkward without it. You can still fit the spring-loaded shooters in that section there. Here's a quick look at the back of the set, and it doesn't look too bad at all for what I was able to do. I also want to show you the underside of this model, so I'm going to lift it up. It is definitely a little bit awkward too, but you can see a little bit of it, and it is very wide, and there's a lot of good angles here. And then again, one more time to see that angle. It's a little bit awkward, but it works very well for what I was able to accomplish. What I want to do with the set is compare it to the LEGO Star Wars Venator. And if we have the Venator here and the new Star Destroyer here that I just made, it is about half the scale, I want to say, compared to the Venator, but it still compares very well. This is honestly just a mini UCS Star Destroyer, and I think I did a beautiful job on this set. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to have a comparison between the Venator, maybe, and this if people want it, and 100% I will do one between the two of these. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for following this series. Goodbye.